Hi everyone, my name is Ashley and I'm so glad you're here with me. Welcome to my channel, A Little Patience. I just had some stickers fall, so I was cleaning them off my floor. So this is Flosstube number 31 and it is January 11th. Got some bad hair day. Happy New Year. It's been about a month since I last filmed and a lot has happened. I've done some stitching. My husband had his latest birthday. We celebrated Christmas with our families. My daughter broke her foot. And the kids just started back, the big kids just started back to school. Everybody's doing really well. We're just doing our best to take care of everybody. So I'm going to start off by showing you my book of days. My husband got this for me for Christmas. It is my very first book of days and I am so excited that I have it. And I decorated January with some stickers I got from Etsy and I will share those later. And I just love this raccoon. She's so cute. So I wanted to do some winter woodland animals and I just found this perfect set. And I do have some left over, but this is all I could really fit on here without covering up too much. So that's my January. I have my stickers for February. I just haven't put them in yet. So what I'm doing this year is like a project jar. I have all my whips written on these little, they're like from file folders, the little tags you put in the file folder tab and, you know, you stick it on there so you know what's in your folder. So I had these extra tags and I just wrote each whip on one. So every day I'm working on something new and I just pull from my jar and I write it down and I stitch on that for the day. And when I'm done, I put them on my counter here. And then when this is empty, I'll put them all back in. There is one exception though, and that is on Thursdays, I am working on Thug. They both start the same, and I will not be showing that project until it's probably all the way done or make like a lot of progress because it is a full coverage, what is that called? Where you like confetti stitching. So unless I get a lot done, there's a lot, it's difficult to see the progress from each week. So with my stitching time being very limited. So that's what I'm doing, and I've been doing it since January 1st. It is January 11th. This is Flosstube 31. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. And it's working out pretty well. So I hope it helps me finish some projects. And I hope, we got nice. I hope it helps me to not really start any new ones because I have so many things going on. Okay, so on the 1st, I pulled Jane Parsons. Actually, I should show you my finishes first. Okay. I fully finished the Biscornu from the Blue Flower class for the Jingle Ball. It was really fun, and my husband was watching me seam them together as he was watching football, and I was cuddling next to him. So I had a sharper needle. I felt worked better for me to stitch in that white in between the red back stitching, and he was just amazed that I could do it. Just like, I didn't have my glasses on. I was just sitting next to the window and it's really not focusing very well. So he was, I think, watching me more than the football game, but I think that's really funny. I wish I had all the threads that I used, because I made some color changes. But I used 32 count charcoal, and I found this little bead pack at Michael's. I just used all DMC. Yep, all DMC, and then I filled it with rice and mint, dried mint. I know, I think the artist for the blue flower, I think her name is Janine. Correct me if I'm wrong. She filled hers with lavender, but I thought, oh, it's peppermint. So I went to the store and I got some dried mint. And my kids love it. They'll come in here and just smell it. But this is my first Biscornu, and I think it turned out really nice. Just my bottom. Just a little dot of thread that is showing through, but I think it's beautiful. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So if you're afraid to make one of these, I encourage you to look on YouTube for a tutorial on putting it together, because I'm very confident that you can do it. And I do like that it's filled with rice, and it gives it a little weight to it. I had a whole bag of rice. I made my father-in-law, that's just my iron turning off. I made my father-in-law like a back warmer and a neck warmer for Christmas a couple years ago. So I had a whole bag of, like, giant bag of rice from Costco left over. So I used it for this, and I think it will work out great. So I feel like I'm mumbling, so I'm gonna move on to my next finish. I fully finished the Heart and Hand. Pretty sure it's Heart and Hand. January, I don't know what it's called, but it goes on my thing back there. Can't move over too much. So I just used some pink jumbo rickrack and some fabric from my stash. I've used this for finishes before, and I think it looks really cute on there. And there's a magnet on the back so I can stick it on there. So there's my other finish. All right, so now I can show you Jane Parson. This is Jane Parson, 1841. This is from the Wishing Thorn, and I got this as a kit with wool thread. Beautiful colors. And I'm using the 28 count. I think I have the 28 count clay. I'm sorry it's crinkly. I didn't want to take it all out of the bag. So I'm using 28 count clay, and with the wool, I'm finding that 1/2 for coverage works really well. And I'm still not sure I'm a fan of stitching with wool. But here is my progress. Oh, let me flip that little tassel back. Okay, I tried to iron it a little bit. So I worked more on the border and that blue, and it's almost like a gold line right there in the middle, that dashed line. So that's my progress. I don't think I'll be doing another wool project, but like I said before, I'm glad I tried it. Okay, so I'm gonna put these away as I show them to you, because I will pull new projects before my next video. Okay, and then on Tuesday the 2nd, I pulled Santa's Village, and I'm working on Reindeer Stables. I actually got a lot of progress done on this one. I got pretty far. Oh, that's really, I apologize. My, it's just not showing up very well. Okay, this one is stitched on 36 count Zweigert in natural. Let's see if I can just get the house. And they are all stitched together. I guess it's not the house, it's the stable. So let's see. There we go. Let me fold it this way. Okay. So that is my progress. I finished up this border for this house and kept going until I ran out of thread. And then I came down here and I started the snow on the bottom and then did the bottom half of the stable. So let me see if I can, sorry guys, it's been a couple months or so, weeks, almost a month probably. So that is my progress. And I'm hoping that is showing up pretty good. So I think this will be really pretty when it's all done. The only changes I'm making on this one are the snowflakes. I'm adding in, I think when I started this, I was just using the DMC, gosh, that's just not showing up very well. The DMC Light Effects thread. So that's what I'm going to continue to use. But I am just stitching everything else 1/2 with the called for colors. So very pretty. Sorry, I didn't iron this one either. The rest I believe I ironed, so. I didn't want to waste too much time ironing because Willie's napping and I wanted to squeeze this video in. So let's put this away. Trying to stay organized, more organized this year. Sorry. Okay, on the 3rd, I worked on everyday things. Okay, so one of my goals was to not start any new projects. So I squeezed in as many as I could before the end of the year. So I started everyday things and then I worked on it again on the 3rd. This one I started December 30th. There's my card, and I am changing the colors. I'm just looking through my stash. It looks like I'm stitching this on 40 count Fox and Rabbit Saltbush, 1/2, and because of the change in the fabric, I'm also changing the floss colors. So this is what it looks like, the model. These are the colors I've pulled to use. It does call for Weeks Dye Works white or grits, and that's all I have left. There's not too much white, so I'm hoping that I can, oh, the yellow fell, get by with what is on the thread drop. So here is what I've got so far. This fabric is so wrinkly, I just cannot get it out right now. I'll have to steam it. So the most beautiful, and then I'm changing the colors as I go along. Let me see if I can get a side by side. So just a little bit different, a little bit more, kind of like brighter, I don't know, more like pale, maybe more pale, I should say, more pale. That's my progress. I think I'm going to turn this one into a pillow, like it is in the model is a pillow. Okay, I'm just going to stick that in there, put this on top, and set this to the side. Okay, and then the next day I pulled, oh, then it was Thursday, so I worked on Thug, and then Friday I pulled Plum Street Samplers on Prudence. And I had a really bad headache that day, but I did manage to get in a little bit of this part. No, sorry. This part done on this side of the house. Okay, so I'm using all the called for thread, and I don't know, I can never remember the fabric, but it is not the called for, and I have the card in the bag, so that's all I did. Not too much. I don't even think I added anything to the border. So I'll show you the whole thing. It's very pretty, and I love the saying. So I'm hoping that with my little project jar idea, I'll get a lot more of this done. Okay. I'll have to find the bag for this one later. So it's sharing a bag with another project. On Saturday, January 6th, I worked on Woof, the Block Party Woof by Hands On Design. This one I'm stitching on the called for fabric, and I'm using the called for floss. So that's the floss. And I am done stitching the sides. Sorry, it's really see-through. Let me see if I can put it in my book. Kind of like this. Okay, oh, that's better. So, I just have to do the back stitch, and then I have to do the top, stitch the whole top, and then I have to do the bottom, which is just a back stitched square, and then I have to put it all together. And this one I think I really liked putting the rice in the biscornu, so I think I'm going to fill this one with rice as well. Okay. So I don't even think this one has a project bag. So the next day, January 7th, I pulled 2023 Collector's Heart. This one came with the fabric and this Cottage Garden thread leather bound. And it also has a button. So this one I started December 28th. And I'm using the fabric it came with, which is 32 count Heartland linen by Picture This Plus. Okay, and this is how far I got. So I started this to the 28th. I worked on it a little bit then, and then again on the 7th. And that thread is really pretty. So I'm stitching this one 2 over 2 on 32 count. It looks really dark. It's not as dark as it's showing up. Make it some light. So, very pretty. I was watching Contented Needleworker Kim, and she's doing a sale for Martha Walmsley, and she was going to start it on the 1st. And I started mine the day, I think a couple days before, just because I didn't want to start anything new in 2024. So I did start Martha Walmsley a little earlier, but I am going to do the stitch along with Contented Needleworker Kim, and I'm very excited to work on that one. It's beautiful. And I think I got the DMCs because silk is expensive and DMCs are just as beautiful. So the next day was my Nutcracker ornament. This was a gift from my mother-in-law 2 Christmases ago. And let me see if I can show this to you without dropping my floss. Okay, so that is the picture of Clara. Nope, see, there goes all my floss. Very messy right now. I just threw it in there. And I am using the, the blonde hair DMC choices and the lighter skin DMC recommendations. That it's my daughter's fair skinned with blonde hair. Oh, it's starting to turn a little bit like dishwater blonde. Okay, so I got a lot more done on her. And this is the gold perforated paper, but it wasn't as shiny as it shows in the picture, so I did actually paint it with acrylic paint. So far it's working out. It's still not that shiny. Like I wanted like a metallic gold, but it's still really pretty, and it does add a little bit more shine than the original. Let me see. Can you see how it's kind of shiny? And then this is, oh geez, just got some that's more of a matte. It's not showing up very good. Okay, anyway, I'm a little bit rusty. That is my progress on the Nutcracker Suite collection. I am going to do all of them. And I haven't decided if my little tag counts as just Clara and I'm done, or if the others are like a new project. So I don't know. I guess I don't really have to be that technical about it. The next day I pulled Enchanted Mermaid by Mirabilia. And I had a really puny start on this one, and I think I had a really busy day. Tuesday was the kids' first day back, so I was kind of like, what do I do? And then Willie was really missing them. So I spent a lot of extra time with him. So I didn't get a lot more done on this, so it's still kind of puny. So I finished off this thread I had just left hanging, and that's part of her arm. And then I just started on this big chunk of really pretty blue down here. So that is like right here, down here. And then that is kind of like her elbow right here. And then a little bit of her arm going straight up. And this is being stitched with the DMC. Called for, I think I have all the embellishments as well. I think one of them was not out of stock, but they just weren't making it anymore. So my LNS found a substitution and called for fabric. And I do have a whole bunch of other mermaids, and I have the fabric for those as well. But I am worried about the embellishments, because if this one had one that's not being made anymore, I'm just worried that the other ones are the same. But I'll make it work, and they'll still be beautiful. So that brings me to yesterday. I worked on, oh, you know what? Let me put this one away because the bag's right here. I got all my stuff in there. I hope I'm doing a good job. It's been a while. Had a lot going on with my daughter. Man, is she a trooper. She is doing very well. There's just been some miscommunication. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so 2022 Collector's Heart. This one's beautiful. I think this one had the fabric in it as well, but I am changing the floss colors. So, yep, I stuck them inside. These are the ones I've pulled so far, and the fabric is the same as the other one, 32 count Heartland, and this one I started on December 29th, and then I worked on it again. So this is 2 evenings of stitching. So that's my progress, and just a little comparison. So these ones are a little bit more, like the yellow is brighter on that honeycomb. I actually don't think it's called a honeycomb. The floss is honeycomb. A hive? Beehive? Bee-scep? I don't know. So, gosh, I really hope you can't see me peeking through the fabric because I can see my phone screen. Oh, I'm so weird. Okay, so that's my progress, and I worked on this one yesterday. So those are all my whips that I've pulled from my jar for the past 2 weeks, minus Thug, which I haven't worked on yet today. Okay, so let me share with you the stickers, okay? These stickers I got from Cherry Moon Factory on Etsy, and I don't know how many came in here. I'd have to pull them out and count them, but they were woodland winter animals, and there was 2 free stickers that she sent with that are like, or he, I actually don't know, that they sent with, and these look like Valentine, like vintage Valentine stickers. This is their card. I don't want to show you the other side because it has a 10% off code. So Cherry Moon Factory, I think they are in a state that starts with M. That's all I remember. So very beautiful stickers. My Valentine stickers are from the Brown Pear on Etsy, and there are a ton in here. There's a ton. These are so cute. And I told my kids I wanted cherubs. They're like, what's a cherub? I'm like, a little fat baby, naked baby with wings. They're like little angels. So I can't wait to put them on for February. I already placed the ones I wanted, and I put them on February and took a picture on my phone. So I'll put those down so you'll see them in February. So that was the Brown Pear on Etsy for the Valentine's stickers, and I'll mention them again in February. I'll share that again. Okay, I'm losing my voice and I'm out of water. And I have one more thing to share with you, and I hope I'm not missing. Oh, first, okay. My library is doing a yarn bombing thing, and they've been requesting, they're doing like a workshop where you can go into their 3D printing area. It's called The Forge, and they have all sorts of stuff other than a 3D printer. So they're doing workshops where they teach you how to make a granny square, and I went in, they didn't start until like the new year. But I went in like mid-December because I saw it on their calendar, and I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing? And the lady explained it to me, and I'm like, well, I can just bring some in whenever. And she's like, that would be great. So I started making granny squares with my scraps, and I'm about granny squared out because I have a whole bag full, and I gotta weave in all those ends, and it's going to suck so bad. But I really want to be able to drop them off very soon so I can just be done with them. So it's my giant granny square project for my library. Anyway, that's what I've been crocheting. So last thing, I have finished up, oops, hold on a second, I forgot to take that off. I didn't really add any decorations to this one, but this is my newest release. It is not out yet. This one is Winter Warmth, and there's 2 snow people. And here's just a helpful tip. You will need 2 skeins of DMC white, and please make sure they are the same color. I'm very embarrassed that mine are different, but I have no choice but to deal with it. I'm not about to go take all that out. But I did manage to get this and this and almost all of this one in the same skein, plus these larger snowflakes. So I highly, highly recommend grabbing 2 skeins of DMC white. That's what I used, and mine were just different. And then I have other 2 overdyed flosses as well. So this one is stitched on 28 count fiber on a whim, and I am not putting it in my Etsy shop until I have given away for the giveaway. So it will be in my Etsy shop after next Thursday when I will announce the winner, because I will be giving this away as a PDF. So it will be emailed to you. So if you are not in the United States, you still may enter to win the giveaway. This is finished on the same board as Autumn Apples. And they are on magnets on the back. And then the, I'm sorry, these are washers. The magnets are on the board. And the board is from Chantal 141 Design Company. Oh, I'll have to fix that later. And I just haven't added anything yet. I have to go through my stash, but I wanted to share it with you because I wanted to be able to do the giveaway and then get it in my Etsy shop. So It is a little late. I know it's winter. Here's the autumn apples. So I just used some rickrack on both and then just some fabric I had that I thought would look good with it. Autumn apples, I did have that red lace tied in to the holes on the top. So once I figure out the extra embellishments, I'll add them on here and share it with you. So, excuse me, this is my giveaway for today. It is a PDF chart of winter warmth, which will be in my Etsy shop next Thursday after, or Friday after my video airs on YouTube and the giveaway winner has been announced. I hope that makes sense. So if you would like to be entered in the giveaway for winter warmth, leave me a comment below using the word winter. And you have to be 18 years old or older. And that's it. Don't mention the word giveaway, just add in the word winter. So, okay, gosh, I hope next week is better. So, I will see you next Thursday. Happy stitching, and I don't know.